Grenada, also known as the Spice Isle, is the southernmost island nation of the Windward Islands archipelago in the eastern Caribbean. It's only around 100 miles from Venezuela in South America. I'm Graham, 2 Mike 0 India Juliet uniform. I operated in Grenada with a call sign Juliet 38 Lima Delta.
And I'm Eric, Golf Mike 5 Romeo Delta X-ray. I used the call sign Juliet 38 Delta X-ray. Following months of organising and preparation, the adventure began at Glasgow Airport on Tuesday the 7th of October. The first leg of the journey saw us fly from Glasgow to London Heathrow, and then connected by a bus to London Gatwick Airport for an overnight stop. The next morning, we took off on a British Airways Boeing 777, call sign Speedbird 9 Victor Alpha.
Takeoff at 2 success, keep 9 Victor Alpha.
We decided to operate amateur radio from Grenada for 3 reasons. It's relatively easy to get to, it has a desirable position in the Club Log Most Wanted list, and there are only a few radio amateurs resident on the island, so it's rarely heard on the amateur bands.
Before long, we were approaching St Lucia, where most of the passengers would leave the aircraft. After an hour or so on the ground, we were off again for a 30-minute flight south to Grenada. Soon, we were on our final approach to land. The location on Grenada, where we chose to stay, was just to the north of the runway, at the top of a small hill. Passport control, customs and collecting our rental car were all straightforward. On arrival at our cottage, we quickly set up a basic station and were immediately on the air and handling a pile-up. We took turns operating and managed a couple of hundred QSOs before closing down for the night.
I've got a Canadian station, Victor Echo go. Roger, copy. Delta Oscar United, you're 57 Grenada. Thank you for your patience. 73, QRZ to Japan, 38 Delta X-ray.
Thank you so much for the 5 and 9 in Michigan, that's appreciated. 73, Juliet 38 Lima Delta QRZ. Have I got a November Papa 4 station?
November Papa 4 America Florida Alpha Foxtrot. Kilo November 4 India Romeo Mike, over.
Kilo November 4 India Romeo Mike, thank you. 59 Grenada.
Thank you, 59 Kentucky.
Appreciate Kentucky, 73 buddy. QRZ, this is Japan, 38 Delta X-ray. The next day we woke to a perfect Caribbean morning. We had been travelling for a day and a half, and it was good to have that out of the way. Now we could enjoy fresh air and sunshine. The first task on day 1 was to drive to a grocery store and stock up with all the food and drink we would need for a week. Our hilltop cottage was ideal. It was reached by a steep, winding road. It had 2 bedrooms, both with air conditioning and fans. However, both of us suffered air conditioning failures during the week that we were there. There was a large open-plan lounge area that we actually never used. A kitchen, a dining area, but most importantly, we had this. A huge outside covered terrace. This was cool and shaded with a constant sea breeze, and it had plenty of space to set up 2 operating positions.
Eric set up 2 Macs, one operating his logging software and the other running the data mode transmissions. His radio was a Yaesu FT891. He operated both voice and data. I operated with my Yaesu FT991A and logged on Polo. All of my transmissions were SSB voice. Next, we set up our antennas. The antennas we used changed from time to time during the week. but primarily I used my Chameleon tactical delta loop, and Eric used a Ribikoff vertical with elevated radials. Both were simple to set up and also very effective.
CQ, CQ, CQ. Juliet 38 Delta X-ray. CQ, CQ, CQ.
Okay, folks, they're all together. Spread it out a little. Try again. QRZ. Delta Juliet 3 Alpha Alpha. George, okay, I've got you now. You're in the log. You're 5 and 7. Kilo Bravo 3 Bravo Bravo 5 and 9 in Grenada. Kilo 9 Tango Yankee 5 and 9.
Thank you, 73. QRZ, Juliet 38 Delta X-ray.
Echo India 6 Juliet Golf Bravo. Fantastic signal, really lovely. 5 and 9, great audio.
QSL, Alan, nice to get you in another band. You're 57 on the last over.
Foxtrot 4 Victor Queen Bravo. Paul, you are 5 and 5.
Yankee Radio Alpha, thank you for coming back to my call. You're 59 into Grenada.
Thanks for the 5-8 West Virginia, that's appreciated. Thank you so much. 73 Juliet 38 Lima Delta QRZ.
Kilo 6 Yankee Radio Alpha. 57 is your signal report.
Our pleasure. We've loved it. 73 Juliet 38 Lima Delta QRZ.
QSL 55 California 73. We took half a day off the radio and decided to explore the island a little. The landscape is stunning, with deep V-shaped gorges covered with lush vegetation.
Yes, it's not very far, but it's all at 1 in 5 gradient. Oops. Yeah, I hope his brakes are good.
We had heard that there was an old abandoned airfield in the north of the island that had some wrecked Russian aircraft there. As we both have a keen interest in aviation, we decided to see if we could find them. Takeoff clearance cancelled.
God's on the runway.
They've bitten through the rope. One has no rope.
They've bitten through the rope, yeah.
There's Antonovs in there, by the way. We had taken my Yaesu 891 and Graham's tactical delta loop antenna with us. The plan was to operate airfields on the air, if you like. If we found the aircraft, we'd do a little setup, but we spent so long looking around these beautiful old planes that we kind of ran out of time and had to get back to the QTH and resume proper operations. Mike 0 Tango Fox uniform, you're 59 into the island of Grenada, Ian.
Yeah, hello Eric, nice to work you out there. You're a good signal here, you're about 5 and 8, 58 in South Ayrshire. And nice to work you. I worked your colleague Graham yesterday. Had a great time over there, I'm sure you will. You've done a grand job. All the rest from Scotland, J38DX. Mike 0 Tango Fox uniform 73.
You're 59 plus 5 dB over in Genoa. 73, good DX, bye-bye.
Whiskey 7 India, you are 5 and 9 into Grenada.
QSL, thank you. You're 5 and 9 into the state of Iowa, India Alpha.
The Germany 0 station only.
Thanks, Eric. Golf 0, Foxtrot, Whiskey X-ray. Golf 0, Fox Whiskey X-ray. Name's Gary, Eric. You're 5 and 5. And the last time we spoke, buddy, we were both on the island of St. Kitts last year.
Local ham Carlos J39JC came to visit us one day. He was very keen to have a look at Graham's tactical delta loop antenna. We spent a couple of hours in his company and chatted about our mutual hobby.
Every time we were on the air, we had pile-ups on every band we activated. The FT8 data station was constantly handling pile-ups too, and gathering some great DX. One interesting benefit of FT8 on a DXpedition is that you can see who's calling you and prioritise the cool DX. You really need to know your prefixes, but you've usually got someone interesting trying to make contact. We had lots of requests for specific types of contact, for example from Fred, Papa Yankee 2 X-Ray Bravo from Brazil, who had never worked Grenada on 6 metres. He alerted us to a 6 metre opening, and we worked him and also another 40 hams across Central and South America one night. For a bit of fun one day and to test our equipment, Eric and I worked each other on all the amateur bands from 160 metres to 70 centimetres. In reality, we had plenty of contacts from 80 metres to 6 metres, and that was one of our goals. The logbooks of Juliet 38 Delta X-Ray and Juliet 38 Lima Delta now contain over 6,500 QSOs. Our QRZ.com pages have been viewed over 120,000 times.
None of this happened by accident. We'd both like to thank Colin McGowan, MM0NDX from DXworld.net for his support and promotion of our event. This really did make all the difference. Possibly the best part of the trip was when people tell you how happy they are to have had a QSO with Grenada for the very first time. We had lots of this. So that's the trip over. We've already started discussions about what to do next. But for now, it's 73 from us both.